in my second area, my companion and I met a family, the Kennedys, and Sister Kennedy was a member of the church. She had been baptized maybe 10 years earlier, and she was a little older. I think she was in her 70s, and she would come to church on occasion, but the rest of her family weren't members, and she lived, and she had two of her kids living with her. One of them married with a kid of his own, and they had another. She had another daughter that lived nearby. Anyways, we made really good friends with this family, and they began coming out to church. But one time when we went over there, I am blanking on his name, Brian's little brother, who was he was sick at the time, and Jeff, and he had been having head pains bad enough that he couldn't sleep at night, and I just said, hey, we can give you a blessing if you'd like one. And he said he'd really like that. And the whole family gathered into the living room, and we gave him a priesthood blessing. And it was one of the, in the blessing, I promised that, or I was mouthed for the promise that he would sleep that night. And he hadn't slept for nights before and was just miserable. And I really felt like I had followed the Spirit, but I still had that feeling of like I was pretty direct in this blessing about how he'll do tonight and how he'll feel the next day, and I just thought that it was more direct than I normally feel inspired to be, but that's how it went, and it was a spiritual opportunity for us and for the family, just the blessing. And we went home, and then we came back the next day and asked him how it went, and he said, well, I still feel sick, but I was able to sleep some last night. And it was fun for the family to see, I think, and spiritually impacting for the family to see. And I'll still talk to Brian every once in a while, and he'll say, if I ever decide to get baptized, you got to come out and do it. You got to bring Chad with you. Elder Hamilton, and I think someday he will. I really do. I think he'll come around. Their whole family is such a good family, but there were some neat spiritual experiences like that, and with other families that not only strengthen your testimony and their testimony, but it bonds you together in a type of friendship that is very different. And I was grateful for that blessing on my mission.